The Denver Broncos finally get the help they need with their secondary at the cornerback position, and the Jacksonville Jags finally get rid of Aj Bouye, which they've been looking to ship off for a little bit now. What is up, everybody? Like always, I am NFL Global. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to the channel right now and like this video for all of your NFL news and content. Oh, the first thing that we have to say when talking about this move is the fact that the deal's not official. Okay, and that's because the new league year does not start until March 18th, which of course is when free agency also begins. So basically what that means is that if you're the Broncos, technically you still have not gotten Aj Bouye. Once March 18th begins, the trade will officially go through, it will be an active trade, and things will be official within the league books. So don't worry, because 100% this is going to go through. If you're a Broncos fan, you're still getting Aj Bouye, and if you're a Jags fan, then you're still losing Aj Bouye, but you're getting a 4th round pick. Bouye originally began his career with the Houston Texans, and he actually spent 3 seasons after that with the Jacksonville Jags after he went as an undrafted free agent out of Central Florida back in 2013 and has a total of 14 career interceptions. Of course, this was a must move here by the Broncos because they're losing a key piece, more likely than not, this offseason in Chris Harris. He is getting older, so it's kind of smart of them to go a little bit younger here, but they also needed a bigger playmaker, okay? I don't think that this will be the end of the Broncos' moves, making some changes to their secondary, but it's definitely a good start. Okay, he's going to be a good piece to start replacing the production of Chris Harris. He also would probably be a pretty good fit in the defensive scheme that the Broncos have, and honestly, probably arguably better than the Jags. Interesting fact, though, is that back in 2017, when Bouye was a free agent, Fangio, the Broncos defensive coordinator, actually was working as a defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears, and the Bears tried to sign him, so there is some familiarity between them. I also meant to say that Fangio was the Broncos head coach, not their defensive coordinator. He was just the defensive coordinator for the Bears. But of course, Fangio making this move just makes a lot of sense. He's been eyeing Bouye for a good amount of time, and he's partnering him up with some other good secondary pieces. Chris Harris has been one of the best defensive backs for the Denver Broncos in team history. It's going to be a big blow for them, but this move definitely will help soften the blow of his potential departure. Now, the biggest question mark here for the Broncos is going to be the contract of Aj Bouye, because it does put a bit of a risk for them in the fact that in the next 2 seasons, it will cost them about $13.5 million. Now, the good part of that is the fact that none of that is guaranteed. If he comes in and is a flop for them in 2020, the Broncos can move on from him fairly easy. I think that this was really a good move by both teams. I think ultimately the Broncos are going to get the better deal than the Jags are. Of course, they're going to be losing a Pro Bowl in Chris Harris, but they're getting a Pro Bowler back who is younger and has 2 years left on his contract in Aj Bouye. The Broncos definitely have still a lot to fix with their team in general, especially on defense, but the secondary of the Denver Broncos has always been a piece that personally I feel has been very heavily related back to the Broncos. And then if you're the Jags, of course, you would have loved to get better compensation for a guy that is a fairly large piece to your team. Now, of course, he isn't the starting cornerback of your team. He kind of took more of that role over last season when Jalen Ramsey got traded. And of course, now if you're the Jags, you're kind of looking at a situation when you're like, dang, like we really need secondary help. And they have a lot of areas on their team that they need help with, but especially that secondary, because you're losing 2 of your top cornerbacks within a year. But I think that the Jags also realized that 2017 campaign where they went to the championship versus the New England Patriots, they almost won, almost got to the Super Bowl, and then they fell short. I just think that they realize that that's not really the team that they have right now. And they're kind of just at the point where they're like, we need to make moves, okay? We need to start rebuilding rather than trying to fix little pieces because there's way too much pieces that they have to fix. Getting rid of that large amount of cap that they had for Aj Bouye, of course, is going to open up the possibilities for them for other via trades. Of course, free agency, there's going to be a lot of good free agents coming up within the next couple of weeks. But then you also have the fact that they're probably going to move on from Nick Foles, which will just help out their cap situation even more. But that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys did like this video, you found it informational, please leave a like on this video. And also, please make sure you guys subscribe and leave all of your thoughts in the comment section below. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one.